inviting people, now you can pick up. And please go through the whole dang list and get them all invited. Oh man, I'm good looking today, huh? Good looking. Hey, loves. Believe it or not, there is good comparison and bad comparison, okay? Believe it or not, even though we say don't ever compare yourself to others, and yet we still do all the time, right? We need to figure out the right way to compare. So all of our journeys are different, and a lot of times we compare ourselves in a negative way. So why is so-and-so has been in for 2 years and she's black status? Okay, that would be something that I would compare. Why haven't I been able to get there yet? That's, and then when you are comparing in that way, then you start coming up with excuses for yourself on why you didn't get it there and why you didn't do this and why you didn't do this. When the reality is, first of all, you don't need the excuses. You don't need to make excuses for why someone else got to the pot of gold before you did. You don't need to make excuses for that. Because when you're making excuses, you're wasting time, okay? And here's the deal. We all sit there and do this. How did she get to pink in 5 minutes and it's taken me a year? How did she get to green in 6 months and now it's taken me a year and a half? Why did she do this and I can't? Why did she do this and I can't? Can't. It's not good, right? It's not good. That's not what we want. You don't ever compare yourself like that, right? You don't go digging to find excuses for why someone else can do something that you can't. And the fact of the matter is, it's not that you can't. It's that there's something blocking you, right? We have blocks, and those blocks are up here. We have to break through those walls, barriers, and whatever the block is in order to move forward, okay? So then there's the other side of comparison. Comparing, for example, we talked about this yesterday too, the too busy syndrome, okay? I'm too busy, blah, 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 blah. Nothing drives me out of my freaking mind than to hear someone is too busy, okay? If you're too busy, oh, hey, got things flying in my hair. Nothing drives me more insane than to hear somebody say that they're too busy. Because the bottom flipping line is we all have the same 24 hours in a day, okay? We all have the same 24 hours in the day. What you choose, keyword, choose to do with those 24 hours is up to you, okay? So here is the right way, all right? And I just noticed Zach came on and he can vouch for this as well. My dear, sweet, wonderful, amazing friend, and I use her as an example all the time, and she has even done time management training or whatever, if you will, for us before. But this is the good kind of comparison. When I'm sitting here feeling overwhelmed, 3 kids, Kyle sometimes has to work really late, or, you know, he's got duty for over 24 hours, or, you know, in the past he's, you know, deployed for 9 months, you know. And I sit and I think, and I'm like, oh God, you know, so much going on. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. And believe me, I go there too. But real quick, I snap out of it. And I think of my good friend. And I know that I'm being ridiculous, okay? Because let me tell you a little story about my good friend, Black Status Leader, Cynthia Burris, okay? She is one of the most badass women I know, and has a heart that just is as big and as golden as it comes. All right? Let me tell you about Cynthia. So not only does Cynthia work her full-time, unique job as a Black Status Leader, Cynthia is also in the Coast Guard, okay? She's an officer in the Coast Guard. She has 3 small children. She is recently a single mother. And on top of that, she works a full-time job as a special needs teacher. Okay, baby. I'll be there in a minute. If she can do it and do it well, I can do it. You can do it. There are different people all over that have insane schedules. But why not start comparing ourselves to those who have more insane schedules than us, number one, and yet they still manage to do it? Does that mean that they're better than us? No. No. It means that they have their shit together a little more, maybe. It means that their drive, their want, their need for success is greater than yours. It doesn't mean they have more hours in the day. It doesn't mean that they're smarter than you. It doesn't mean that they are more capable than you. It means that they made a decision to do it and to make it happen. And that is inspiration. That is what we need to focus on. We need to focus on, if we're going to compare it all, then we need to compare the right way. Not on the, well, why can she do it and I can't? You can't. You have to decide. Okay, go inside. Go get it. You have to decide that. You have to decide whether or not you're going to sink or swim. You have to decide whether or not you want to be that inspiration to other people. I know a lot of people are inspired by my story as well, you know, and how I built my business up until green. Taking care of my dying father. Using my business and the sisterhood as a crutch so that I had something pleasant going on when I was in my darkest hour of my life. Persevering through the pain, through the suffering, through the exhaustion of taking care of somebody who's dying 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, my 3 children, and my mom. And my niece. It was all on me. And yet I hit yellow, pink, blue, fast start, green, and all of that. and earned a trip to Jamaica and all of that. How and why can I do that and somebody else can't? There is no why can't you? You can. You have to make the decision to do it and stick with it. You have to be so driven, so focused, so damn determined inside here, and that you will get there. And you will get there just as fast. You can build a team to green in that amount of time. Is it possible to hit black status in 2.5 months anymore? Good chances is a no, okay? That's not going to happen. Let's be real. Are you going to hit purple status in... Well, I did it in 10 months. Are you going to do that? Maybe. It's still possible. But can you hit green quickly still? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I believe that 100%. Yes, you can. Choose your comparison wisely. Comparison is not always bad. Comparison can be a wake-up call. Because when you look at somebody who persevered through the toughest life trials and used it as their motivation to grow bigger and wider and stronger in their business, why can't you? Maybe you don't even have anything like that going on. Maybe you're just overwhelmed because you've got an 18-month-old or something, or a dog or something, and you think that all of your time is just over. You don't have any time. Well, if that's your mindset and you're not willing to change that and fix it, then you're going to stay stuck. So you have to make the decision and compare yourself wisely. Compare yourself wisely. Do not compare yourself to someone and say, why can't I get to green in 3 to 6 months? Why can't I? How come they can and I can't? You can. Instead of comparing yourself that way, I want you to compare yourself in a different way. And that different way is by saying, look what they did. How amazing is that? And use it as your inspiration. Use it as a way to snuff out ridiculous excuses. Use it. If they can do it, I can do it. That's the mentality you have to succeed. If they can do it, I can do it. No one is better than you. No one is smarter than you. No one has more hours in the day than you. No one does. If Bree Richardson can be on the wall of influence, if Katie Thompson can be on the wall of influence, if Nicole Smith can be on the wall of influence, if Haley Ragsdale can be on the wall of influence, so can I. They're all individually amazing, amazing women. However, so am I. And when you have incredible inspirations to look up to, like those 5 women. Oh, Whitney Husband, I'm sorry, I missed her too. When you have that inspiration, listen to their story. They are no different than you or me. And you know what? You may have had worse trials or tribulations than some of them. But if they can do that, then so can you. If they can do that, then so can I. And so I will. I will. Not can. I am doing it. Every freaking day that I put my heart and soul into this business. That's what I'm doing. Because this is more than a business. I hate calling it a business. This is everything that I've ever hoped for and dreamed of sitting in the palm of my hand. Everything that I have ever hoped and dreamed for. Everything that I have hoped and dreamed that I could give to my children. Everything that I have ever wanted to do for others and change people's lives and help them feel good and uplift, empower, and validate. It's not just a business. It's all of that. So start figuring out, I'm playing with a Clippy, start figuring out how to compare yourself the right way. Because we're going to compare. It's a natural human thing. But you can compare yourself in a negative way, or you can compare yourself in a very positive, motivating, uplifting, empowering, and validating way. Use the comparison as inspiration. And that's all I got for you today. Tuesday wake-up call. Get out there, get it done. We still have nearly a week left in this month. Get it done. Get it done. Let's close it out. Let's get as many Punta Cana points as we can. Rock it out. Be awesome. You are awesome. I love you all so much. I will go back and read the comments because I can't see any comments. And have a beautiful day. And yeah, go change some lives. Go change your life. Go. I love you.